Give us from your perspective the rundown of what it was like on the field today.
Defensively, I think we played really hard, and we followed our assignments, which was the most important thing. Our coaches have been stressing knowing what we're doing and how to do it, and I think that showed up a lot today defensively.
When the other team goes 13 plays for 80 yards and settles for a field goal, that's a win, right, for the defense? And you had a couple of those. That's
definitely a win, definitely.
You're on the field for close to 40 minutes, and that's – yes, we start to say that's the offense's fault for not sustaining and not keeping the ball. But what can you do to get off the field on third down, Garrett?
We just gotta lock in, knowing that if we can get the stop on third down, then we'll be able to rest, get the wire, everything else. But when we get penalties or give up something we shouldn't give up, we just got to realize it's only making it harder on ourselves.
I think you were one of the first people who told us, kind of the line that Coach Babers had as well this week. I said, what's a positive? What's going well for this team? And he's talking about sticking together. Are you feeling that on the defensive side that, for all the tribulations you guys have been through for this year, that you're hanging in there as a team?
Yeah, and I personally feel like all the things we've had happen on our team is just bringing us together even more, you know what I'm saying? And especially being able to have the same team come back next year, I think will only help in the future.
Would we be accurate to say there was a little spark with Jacobian starting today? And certainly nobody's wishing an injury on Rex or anybody else, but it just felt like the defense knew it kind of had to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, Jacobian played really well today. It was good to watch.
In the run game, again, the numbers probably aren't great, but David Bailey had 172 yards here last year. He ripped off a couple of big runs. Today, his longest run was 21 yards. He wound up getting over 100, but with a lot of carries and a lot of attempts. How do you kind of grade out the run game?
I think we did a great job. Definitely, it reminded me similar to Clemson in a way. D-line linebackers played really great. People in the secondary coming and making tackles. It was good to see.
Pretty fun to make a TFL, right?
Yeah, always.
So now you go into a bye week, and if the story of this team is injuries and attrition and everything else, how do you approach this week in terms of maybe regrouping before going on the road for a Friday night game?
The biggest thing for us is our team is recovery, of course. We got a lot of guys banged up, so that's really just the biggest thing, emphasizing rest, but still preparing in the proper way to knowing that we have a game we can win on Friday.
All right, Garrett, we'll let you run and get your fluids, and you can go study up on Louisville, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Garrett, we're going to start with Mario Sacco from WSYR.
Garrett, as a fellow freshman, what was some advice that you gave Jacobian coming into the game, and what do you say after to him, the performance that he had today in his first start?
Jacobian, he's just a real calm person, so it's not really much you have to tell him because he's the same attitude regardless of what's going on. So you have faith in knowing that he's going to do what he needs to do and do it in the highest way possible.
How do you feel he performed today? What was it like after the game? Kind of talk with him.
I think he played really well. He showed a lot of really, really good things, and it was really good to see.
Thanks, Garrett.
Okay, Garrett, next we're going to go to Jacob Payne from Sports Illustrated Syracuse.
Hey, Garrett, looked like Boston College had some success in between the 20s, but once they got into the red zone, you guys really made the switch, clamped down, and kept them out of the end zone. How are you guys able to do that?
The mentality on the defense was just we knew we weren't going to let them get anything easy, and just bend but don't break, But it's not over until we say it's over.
Okay, next we're going to go to Dan Tortora from DT Media.
Hey, Garrett, just what you can say about what Dino Babers' message is moving forward here and what positives you can take away despite the 1-7 start to the season.
He's telling us, just keep fighting, keep preparing, and that we just need to keep preparing harder and harder because we're not getting the result, we want. And we shouldn't ever get comfortable losing regardless of how hard or how good we play because that's not the standard here.
Okay, we have time for 2 more questions. Next, we're going to go to Stephen Bailey from 247 Sports.
Hey, Garrett, I kind of wanted to ask you what it's been like to see the first-year starters at safety, Jihad, Rob, and Smurf, how they've handled the last 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm sure you interact a lot with them. Like, what growth do you see from them, and how do you think they've handled being kind of forced into this and now getting used to it?
I think it's really fun to see, and plus we're all really tight. So when we're all out in the field together, none of us are nervous because we all got faith in what each of us can do because we know how good each of us are.
Thank you, Garrett. Last question from Danny Emmerman from the Daily Orange.
Hey, Garrett. So last year against BC, the defense led up almost 700 yards. What about Tony White's game plan today worked for the defense?
Coach called a great game, and then we always talk about how it always comes down to the players, and that players make the plays and execute the calls. And I think just player-wise, we all really honed in. We're having fun, which is the most important thing. We're playing hard, having fun. I feel like you can see it on the field. Everybody's making plays, and everybody's happy for each other, from the D-line all the way up to the secondary.
Thank you very much, Garrett. That concludes our post-game press conference.